For the purposes of conducting a public hearing, no action being taken. The only board member present today, so we can hear testimony but take no public action. So at this time, we will call a public hearing regarding a route change for the Lakeland system. And I would invite the public, if you have any comments, suggestions, ideas, just general inquiries, please come forward to the podium, give your name and address for the record, and we'd be glad to take your concerns into consideration. Yes, ma'am.
Well, I always
Come on down.
And where am I going?
Right there.
How about sitting in the table so we can hear better?
I tried that.
Right here in the middle, right here in the middle.
I made it.
I think that'll pick up on the
All
mic better
right,
also.
gentlemen, thank you so much
Yes, ma'am.
for your time. My name is Miss Shirley Pickett. I am a resident, a stakeholder, right across that track off of Olive Street, 1636 Wayman Street. We have a lot of plans. Thank God for the city of Lakeland and their wonderful planners. I try to stay involved. I'm in representation of the Westgate Central Neighborhood Association. I'm standing in proxy and I'm standing in the gap and I'm standing as an advocate for many people that are very concerned about a hearing of the bus route changing off of Olive Street. We have some new developments, prayerfully, will be approved down the road. We have a 3-story development that has already been approved because they've been building. So that's right 1 street off of Olive Street. And we are in desperate need of transportation over there. I'm a witness to that because I work with children, and during the summertime, we like to take them on field trips. We like to take them across town. We like to take them downtown, but we don't have that type of transportation. So we sort of depend on Citrus Connection to continue to stay on that route. I'm hearing that you're changing the plan a little bit. You're going to start on Central Avenue, which is wonderful, but we still need transportation to come down Olive Street. That is why I'm here this morning, to express that. I spoke with Mr. Phillips. I spoke with Mr. Phillips, and it's been a pleasure that are not related. And
Thank you.
and I thank you. They were very professional. They explained everything, broke it down, but that was to one person. So I've been on the phone all night because people are very serious about Citrus Connection coming through and coming through more often, if possible.
Ms. Pickett,
Yes.
2 weeks ago, I heard there was a public hearing or neighborhood meeting about a new housing development in that community.
Yes, sir.
Did that take place and how was it received?
It was received very well. We have some awesome commissioners. I'm just rooting for it because I'm all for it. The neighborhood association is all for it. We approve them coming right down my street to get into the part of the development. So we're expecting for it to go forth. And we believe that it will, but you know, things happen. But 296 some odd units are coming in. That's just one.
It's a lot.
Yeah. And I'm sure somebody's going to need a bus. But and I'm one of them. I'm getting older, so I'm speaking for myself personally. I would like to take the bus downtown myself every
Sure.
now and then. They have a lot of nice events and things going on in this beautiful city, and I'd like to get there without having to drive my car. So I would love to have a bus that's personal, but I'm speaking for the neighborhood, Westgate Central neighborhood.
Tom, are you aware of Ms. Pickett's concerns and the level of service that would serve their needs?
Yes, sir. And if I may,
Yes.
James, could you summarize the conversation that you had about what we're currently doing and how we're going to support those developments when they come in?
Yes, so currently, right now, in the current design for the circulator, we will be servicing Wabash and Central, and that space in between on all of this is what's missing right now.
Right.
So the intention of the planning department is that we proceed with the route as is, and rather than trying to rush a fix for this problem for a development that isn't finished yet.
When would you expect the 290 something units to be CO'd and occupied? Year and a half?
I believe Chuck might have a illumination on that.
So if their progress is as fast as mine, it's gonna be 2 years.
And really right now, we've got a couple of projects that are underway. One is in the county on Plateau Avenue, which is over behind Jesse Keene. And I think that one is somewhere around 190 to 100. And one that we're reviewing right now through our planning and building board is at 96. And that's right there on All Street across from Solvite and kind of next to the Wayman Ditch. That will be, we've got recommended planning and zoning board scheduled for next week. This is city commission in August. And so I think it's, subject to them being able to receive funding for, and this is going to be one of for housing development. And so it may be a few months before they actually break ground, but very serious about blue sky development out of Tampa, who's developing up on the.
They're doing 2 over the area also.
And so
We just approved.
they're a very, very serious developer that is working on this. So we've got conditions right now for a transit shelter should service be reestablished on All Street, as well as for them to provide land for an extension of Westgate Central Trail to the north, which provides a direct route to Westside Park, Southwest Coast Drive to the shopping center. So there's some connectivity things that really play into the development between the city, but there's 2 multi-families that we're talking about.
So James,
Keep the Olive Street spoke in your thought process.
Yes, so that is the thoughts of the planning department, that we will strive to reconnect that in next year's plan. In the meantime, that area will still receive the ADA service.
Is as affordable housing designated projects with a variety of funding sources. Are there any funding sources or grants available on the transportation side that would supplement our revenues?
we explore all of the grant opportunities that we are eligible for within Polk County, whether it be federal, state, or local. However, we work very closely with our partners at the city and in the private development community, that if they are applying for public housing funds, there are requirements, correct me if I'm wrong, Chuck, that there need to be a certain number of transit stops within a certain proximity, and there needs to be a certain frequency. And I know frequency has been something with Mr. Strickland in the past that we had a challenge with.
Right.
So yes, we work with those. And if we can make changes to our routes so that makes that application for that private or public entity possible, we do that as quickly as possible.
Excuse me, so that was a yes?
Yes, that's a
Okay.
yes.
Thank you.
Thank
I'm
you, ma'am.
detailed, but only when I'm talking. Okay, so, all right, so you're saying, sirs, that you're going to keep Olive Street in the plan. And how do you get the overheads and stuff? We have a long conversation. I'm not trying to take up your meeting.
Okay, go ahead.
But we need overheads over there. We have old people over there. There's business owners that come to me and tell me that they come outside and give these people water. They have a sign in the ditch, so I notice all of that kind of stuff because I'm particular. I'm a granny. So I'm like, what is the bus sign doing in the ditch? The people understand in the ditch, and this is way before this even came up. So there's a lot of different issues, going on with the bus. But my biggest concern is to make sure that the bus frequently come through. People don't even know when the bus is coming. But I've seen a bus in the past few months 2 times, and I live there. So they could come through even the more, as far as I'm concerned, but please consider leaving that trail open. It is very important to the neighbors in that neighborhood. That's Westgate, and you're already going up Central. So we can speak to those people. We have little civic groups that like to go different places. So if there's some kind of way we can connect so you can get your riders, that's possible also. And I just spoke with the young lady because I'm talkative. So I met her already, and we're going to be inviting you out to get, a little bit more established with the and connected to Citrus Connection in any way possible.
We would absolutely love to speak to your neighborhood association, any other group that you have that would like to talk about that. We have, in addition to public outreach, we have travel training options.
Yes.
for both our fixed route, where we'll ride the fixed route with people
Okay.
the first time if there's any trepidation. Also, there's ADA training that can happen, and then we can bring out ADA applications for those who need the ADA door-to-door service who are eligible. And then we can also send out our transportation disadvantaged, which is for the lowest income individuals in Polk County. And we just actually implemented, I believe it's live, the TD mobile bus. Is it live, Paul? Yeah.
What does that mean?
It's Marcia. No, it's live. So we have a TD, we have now a bus that can come into the community and register people for that.
Awesome.
So we can do
Okay.
that as well.
Well, we can connect. And I would love to invite you to the coalition because there's many presidents throughout the city of Lakeland that will be glad to get involved if you come out to our coalition meetings.
These ladies have that contact information and those dates.
Yes, we're gonna get together.
They'll link up.
So,
Thank you, ma'am.
thank you for your time.
Yes, ma'am. Anyone else wishing to speak on this opportunity?
Sir.
Yes, sir. Come on up. Name and address.
Oh,
Rank and serial number.
my name is Roberto Leider. I live on 632 West Hancock Street here in Lakeland. I'm coming here to represent Dixieland. I'm the secretary of the neighborhood association. What we want to is kind of like one of the problems that happens a lot in the US is that a lot of the transit systems are based kind of like on captive users. They're the ones who don't have a choice to use the transit. I commend the Citrus Connection for the efforts they're doing despite their limited funding. How can I say? What we want to know is how can we influence or
You want more frequent service.
because we would like for example, the Gold Line, which is the main bus line, to see how we could get more frequent and also later, so that you get choice drivers like myself that I own a car, but for the past 2-3 months, I've just been riding my scooter and I only use my car if I'm going out of town. And I mean, I'm saving lots of money on petrol and I enjoy it. It's, and I've lost a ton of weight as well. It's good, but and I've gone to the city commission and the county commission once, and I said, look, I pay more for internet than I pay in taxes. I pay like $350 in taxes a year. I mean, I've lived in developing nations where I've paid more in property taxes than I pay in Lakeland, and it's pretty ridiculous.
Well,
Like I would like to have better services, and I know and so what we would like to know is how can we get you more funding to improve frequencies and also the times, because a lot of people, it's like a lot of the bus routes end at 5 p.m. and a lot of people work later. And I understand you probably are all aware of these, so just we want to help you get more funding. So what can we do?
I'll remind you, taxes are minimum. You can pay more, but it probably wouldn't help.
Oh dear.
But there are those people talking about 1 cent sales tax to be on the ballot in November of 24. Most of that money will be dedicated to improving the roadway system we have countywide. Some of that money will be carved off and available to transit. So as the details of that unfold over the next 18 months, watch and see if there's something you want to participate in.
Oh,
in the meantime, do they know your route specific concern and stop location concern?
Yes. So we are friends on Facebook of the Dixieland Neighborhood Association, and we had monitored that they were having a conversation about transit and increased transit. And it had looked like maybe the board was going to invite the Citrus Connection, and then I think the road diet conversation came up. So we would love to come in and present to the Dixieland Neighborhood Association, very similar to what we'd like to do with your neighborhood group, and say, here are the services that we offer, and then take it from there and talk to them about that. I know that there was some interest.
Oh, we had a guest from Citrus Connection One about this once about the squeeze, so we would love for you to come. We would be very interested.
Thank you, sir.
And the last thing, Owen, that they told me they wanted, oh yeah, like, I just would like to say that it's taken me years, but I was able to convince them. And I would say 90% of the residents now understand that if to reduce traffic, the best way is to improve either mass transit or bike infrastructure. And that's why the residents have finally understood that, and now we're moving here. So anyway, thank you for all you do.
Thank you, sir,
Appreciate
for
it.
coming. Anyone else wishing to share any thoughts, or does staff have any comments?
We appreciate the feedback.
And close the public hearing and adjourn. Thank you. Did you, report to